Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and adamant assassins. I am Speedyard, and this is Hotline Miami. Now, we'll be taking things very slow with the commentary this time around, whereas the game will go by very, very quickly. Normally, in a game like Hotline Miami, you will die dozens, if not hundreds of times. Absolutely, in the course of your first playthrough, you will die hundreds, maybe even thousands of times, because you reload after a death extremely quickly, and the game has rightly been called a trial and error shooter. A lot of how you learn how to play the game is just going into an area and trying new things out, learning how the controls work. Once you manage to get a hang of it, though, it's quite excellent, as you'll see right here. Now, as you can see right off the bat, it's a very bloody, gory, kind of nasty game. So, some people might be bothered by that. It's extremely violent and extremely bloody, but once you figure out how to play it well, enormously satisfying. And as you can hear, the subway train has just arrived. Now, one thing we do is once we knock someone on the ground, if we don't have a knife that is, we are able to bash their heads in with whatever melee weapon we have. Unfortunately, it's kind of buggy on whether it manages to detect that you've done that or not. It's kind of odd. Now right here, I don't know, this is the beginning of what passes for a story. We won't be bothering with the story very much in this game. I'll leave all those sections up, but I'm not going to focus on that very much. This game's more about the gameplay for me. As for this hobo, I don't really know why he wants to kill us. I just know that he failed badly. Let's move on. After each mission, we'll receive both a numerical score and a letter grade. We did pretty good, although we can do even better. The letter grades also extend into positive and negative territory, so we could have gotten an A+. A is pretty good though. Also after each mission, we'll have these small story segments where our protagonist, known as Jacket, goes out and just buys some video or go visit the convenience store. And then wake up the next morning in our apartment, which you will notice is quite bare and rather messy, and receive the next mission over the phone. I rather love the euphemisms they do here. We need to go discipline the rascals, which of course means go kill them all. Also, before each mission, we get to select a mask. The masks confer different abilities and powers. I like to use Dennis, since it allows you to begin the game with a knife. And as you can see, the knife attacks very quickly, and it's a great benefit to be able to begin with a weapon instead of having to steal it from someone on your attack. And as you can see, that's it. We're already done. And we did excellently well. Now, it's the same guy. Apparently he operates in every single business in the town. Our protagonist, Jacket, apparently likes to eat pizza quite a lot, as you'll notice that the pizza boxes begin to pile up in his apartment. Also, in his apartment, notice that in his room he has a Nintendo Entertainment System, although albeit a green one. Now, to the next mission. All the other different masks have many different powers and abilities. Brandon is also a good one since it allows you to move so very quickly. Now let's finish off this guy on the ground, and we can take his gun. When I first played through the game, I shied away from using the guns, probably because I had recently been playing another, more stealth-oriented game. You gain no point bonus that I know of from being stealthy. It simply prevents enemies from knowing you're nearby. Use a gun, and they will quickly swarm on your location in droves. Except in the rare instance you manage to acquire a silenced pistol, as I have here. With the shift button, you can look ahead into nearby rooms, and with the middle mouse button, you can lock on to a target. This way, I can tag someone and quickly move into the room, pick them off, and back out before anyone can retaliate. Looking ahead is absolutely essential. To play well, you have to formulate a plan on the fly as you are slicing your way through enemies. You also want to avoid overlooking and backtracking to kill a misplaced thug. Regrettably, we didn't do nearly as well then as we have the past few times. Oh, and look at this, a video store with VHS tapes. You can tell this game is set in the 90s now, can't you? I remember those. I never really noticed it the first time through, but the amount of detail they put into Jacket's apartment is actually very impressive. It's actually changing over time in response to what's occurring in the story, and I rather like that. The environment in general is extremely detailed. Most of it's pretty sparse, but if you look at the character animations, the designs of the different rooms, they're actually quite impressive to be pixel art. They're trying to go with generally a arcade style here. You can even see the scan lines in the screen somewhat, mimicking the old arcade machines. And the gameplay, I suppose, is also meant to be somewhat reminiscent, at least in style, of those old games. I rather like it, although I never played too many arcade games myself. Now that we're done up here in what I dare say was a beautiful performance, we'll face our first boss of the game, such as he is. He's not much. We'll just stand here and shoot him with a shotgun. And if you pay close attention here, our hero just bashed the man's eyes out with his thumbs. This game is not for children. And as you can see, that's what I meant when I said that the detail's actually pretty impressive. You can actually see his thumbs going down into the tiny pixel eye sockets. It's pretty nasty. And of course, there's that same man everywhere we go. But we still don't know why we're doing this. What is it all for? Why are we killing these people? I guess we'll have to try and find the answer next time on Hotline Miami.